Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Daisy Diaries. You can tune in every single Thursday. I was about to say Tuesday, you guys. I've had such an off day today. I was on Instagram Live earlier and I was just saying everything incorrect. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, it's normal. I have some of those days where I just feel so off, and then I have those days where I'm super sharp. But you can tune in every single Thursday on all platforms. So you guys, I actually just got back from Miami. I want to do a little Miami recap because so much happened. If you did not watch last week's episode, I filmed with Bram T. I loved all the comments. They were so positive, and I feel like you guys can just tell that Bram T brings out the best in me. I love being around her. I love her energy. I think she is an amazing woman, an amazing mother, daughter. She is just someone that I look up to, and she inspires me, and I love to surround myself with friends and family and just people who inspire me, you know? And I had so much fun in Miami with her. She left me abandoned the first night, but the second night, we ended up going to Perro Negro. She ended up loving it. Her cousin ended up loving it. You guys, Perro Negro is my favorite club in the entire world. I think I finally have decided that it's my favorite club in the entire world. If you have not been to Perro Negro in Miami, they have one in Colombia, and then they brought it over here to the United States, and it is just so much fun because all they do is play reggaeton and Spanish music. There's no English music, no rap, no nothing. It's strictly just reggaeton, and I dance my ass off every single time I'm there, and I have so much fun. Okay, so for those that didn't watch last week's episode, Bram T and I got super deep and passionate talking about herbs and holistic wellness. She just got her degree on it, so I would trust Bram T a little bit more, but I've done my own research, obviously, and I talked about castor oil because I had been going to the gyno recently about this like abdominal pain, and it did not go away until I used castor oil on my abdomen. And it's so crazy because castor oil is one of the most penetrating oils there is out there, and it has been proven to get rid of ovarian cysts. It has helped with, you know, menstrual cycles, with the pain, you know, like cramps and stuff. Castor oil is known to break down bumps and lumps. There have been women that have even put it on their breast. There are just so many good benefits with castor oil. It helps with, you know, detoxifying your lymph nodes. You can put it on your liver. So if you are somebody, you know, that gets really bad cramps, or if you have dealt with ovarian cysts or any problem in your abdomen, I would highly recommend you look into castor oil. And I would buy the little pouch. So on Amazon, they sell like this little set. And no, this is not sponsored, by the way. This little pouch just helps keep the oil intact. So basically what I did for literally like 3-4 nights in a row when I was having the pain in my uterus, I would rub the castor oil either on the little pad or on my stomach, and then you sleep with it and you wrap it around, and then I would put like some tight shorts on top of it, and I would sleep with it and then wake up and then repeat. And it made the biggest difference. It's also really good for your hair. When I feel like my hair is super dry, I put it on the ends of my hair. It's really good to even just moisturize your skin. But castor oil has so many benefits. So I just wanted to talk about that because a lot of people had a lot of questions on that. So while I was out in Miami, I told you guys that I'm gonna move to Miami. Well, I am no longer moving to Miami from the looks of it. Now let me tell you guys why. Because I was in Miami for a week and I stayed at the building that I wanted to potentially move into. And I wanted to see if I liked the building, if I liked the amenities, if I liked the neighborhood, because I would hate to move into a place and then, you know, not like it a week after. And so I really wanted to fall in love with it. I ended up falling in love with this place. So I talked to the owner and I told him, like, I really want this unit. I love this unit. He's like, okay, cool. Like, just let me know. By the end of my trip, it's like the day before I'm supposed to leave, I hit the owner up and they were like, I'm so sorry. Somebody already took that unit. Like, you're 2 days late. And I was like, oh my gosh, no way. So I was very devastated. I start looking for other places and I'm just literally like last minute scrambling, trying to find a place to move into for 2 to 3 months. And obviously it's summer now. So I'm like, crap, like I'm not having any luck. And I just found myself forcing Miami now, right? Like moving. And then I was like, okay, Daisy, take a step back. I'm like, do you actually this moment right now need to move to Miami? And then I was like, okay, I don't. And then this ended up happening. I got a phone call for this opportunities saying like, you know, hey, like you need to be in LA Sunday, like this and that is happening. And I was like, oh my God, maybe this is a sign, because now I just got back from Miami yesterday. I'm currently in Texas, and then I leave to LA tomorrow for 24 hours. I come back Monday, and then I leave again to LA Wednesday, and I'm going to be there for 6 days. And then I have to come back to Texas and stay here for a week, because then I need to film a campaign for a project that I'm coming out with. And so I was just like, Daisy, you're literally trying to move your entire life to Miami, get a space for all these months, and you're going to be gone for you're going to be gone for half of that month. So I'm just like, babe, like you're trying to force it, you know? And so at that point where I felt super overwhelmed, I'm like, okay, Daisy, like let's just take it day by day. Right now, clearly, you know, work is calling you in LA, and then you have to shoot a campaign in Texas. So like, let's just put Miami to the side. So as of right now, I don't know when I'm going to move to Miami. I still want to. So maybe end of next month or August. But I don't know. I'm just kind of having fun right now. So I'm like, okay, whatever. By Sunday, Bramty had already left. And you guys, oh my God. If you don't have me on my second account, it's kind of like my spam account, Daisy Diaries, which is where the name of the podcast came from. I posted all my adventures with my mom. And literally, I was in bed alone in Miami Sunday night, right? And I text my mom. I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I was like, would you be down to come to Miami? And she literally replied back with a screenshot of her flight booked. And I was like, oh my God, like, I love my mom so much, because she's just always down for anything. Like, just like, and we had such a fun, amazing trip. It literally was just my mom and I, we bonded so much. I showed her around, took her out to eat, spoiled her. And one thing about my mom and I, we love to eat and we love to shop. That is our love language. Like, we will always go shopping in a really nice restaurant or vice versa. And that is just the way that we like to bond. And I just love that my mom is a down ass bleep, because we get to this, it's our last night. Okay, it's our last night. We get to this restaurant, Casadona in Miami. It's actually so good. But we get there and the vibes are dead. My mom and I look at each other like, these are not the vibes. Like, we were trying to like, you know, hear music, you know, or like just like be around people, like an ambiance, you know? So when we get there and it just wasn't it, my mom and I were like, okay, let's just eat some appetizers here, get a drink or two, and then go to the next spot. So then we ended up going to Mila. And Mila is a vibe. Mila is a vibe. Like the people, the music, everything. And then I also secured us a spot at the lounge downstairs. So we ate our entrees at Mila, and then we went downstairs, and I was like, crap, I don't think my mom's gonna like it. It's kind of like house music. I feel like Miami has a lot of that kind of music, like house music, right? And so we go downstairs and we had so much fun. Now, my mom ran so I could walk. Wait, or is it my mom walked so I could run? Okay, anyway, so my mom is the blueprint. Okay, we get there and she's enjoying herself. We're having a couple drinks. At this point, we're like 5 drinks in. Okay, we're feeling a little tipsy. And, you know, I tell my mom, I'm like, hey, mom, like, we have to leave. Like, we have a flight tomorrow. We haven't packed. And she's like, no. She's like, I'm loving it here. I'm vibing. Like, let's dance. Like, I was like, okay. I was like, you are me and I am her and she is me and XYZ. Yo, I'm still having such a bad off day. She is me and I am her. There we go. That is what I meant. And so we just enjoyed our night. By the end of the night, we end up getting back to my place. And randomly, my mom was like, I'll race you. And I'm like, what do you mean, woman? What do you mean you'll race me? And then she starts running and I'm like, wait. So then I take out my camera and I record it. I love this memory that we have now. She wanted to race me in her 6-inch heels to show me that she could run in heels. And I was like, girl, you are not about to outshine me, girl. And she definitely outshined me. And my heel went flying. And by the end of the night, I was just looking at my mom. Like, she was like in her own little world doing her skincare. And I was in bed just like looking at her and I was just admiring her. And I was like, I love her. I love this woman so much. You know, I tend to forget that it's also my mom's first time living life. So I just know to be more kind and to show more grace to her and to be more appreciative and more patience. And I just love my mom. So I wanted to share with you guys that cute little moment that we had. Not to bring astrology into it or anything, but my mom's a Taurus. I'm a Libra, and both Taurus and Libras rule the planet Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty and luxury, all things beautiful, you know? So that's why my mom and I's love language is like gift giving, and like she wants to get her nails done. I pay for her nails, and I don't know, my mom and I have such a beautiful mother-daughter relationship. Plus, she's more like a best friend sometimes, which can be annoying sometimes because, you know, sometimes I'm like, Mom, can you be a mom and not my best friend? But she got pregnant at 17, so she's amazing. My mom all in all is amazing. So having said that, now I am back in Texas, like I said, and I was reading all of your comments and your feedback, and one comment stood out to me, and somebody was like, Daisy, you should really talk about how to become confident. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what? Like, I would love to talk about this because I used to be the most insecure person ever. And it took me a long time to be the version that I am today. I can walk into a room now and own it, okay? And I feel like a lot of people around me know that I'm a very confident person, but I never used to be like this. So I want to give you guys my tips and my advice on how I was able to gain confidence, because it took me a lot of trial and error to be here. But I remember my first time realizing that I was insecure was, I think it was in elementary school. And I say this because I was the new girl in elementary school. And I remember, I will never forget this because it was like out of a movie. I was like the new girl. I was walking alone in the hallway. And I remember there was like this trio of like 3 best friends. And I remember they walked past me and I just looked at them like I want to be them so bad. One of them had glasses. And I remember I told my mom, I was like, hey, like, I want glasses. And she's like, you can't just get glasses. Like, you have to have bad eyesight. And I remember being like, but I want to be her. I want to have glasses. And if the girls had like a specific pair of shoes, then I would go and get them because I wanted to fit in so bad. I just wanted to be accepted so bad. Those insecurities of like not loving myself the way that I was it trickled into middle school. Once again, I was the new girl in school, and I remember everybody had like the side bangs with the bunch of layers. So then I went and got side bangs with a bunch of layers. And then I saw girls wearing a bunch of like bead bracelets, and then I got a bunch of bead bracelets. And then if they were wearing Vans, and I would go and get the same pair of Vans. And I remember this one time this girl clocked me because I had literally just like everything I just loved her. I loved her, and she was like the popular girl in school. And so I remember like I wanted to be the popular girl in school, and I just was so insecure, okay? And I always tried to fit in everywhere I go. And it literally followed, and I was literally like that until I entered like my 20s. And then obviously like I got into social media, and then my insecurities got even worse moving to LA. I talked about this a little bit, but like when you are put in that environment where, you know, everyone looks so perfect and so done up, and, you know, everyone has their lips done. And then I went and got my lips done. And, you know, when you're put in front of a camera, like your insecurities get so much bigger. So I remember being so insecure. And it wasn't until I caught myself being so mean. You guys, I used to be my biggest hater. I'm talking about, I used to talk down to myself. I used to belittle myself. I used to disrespect myself. Like I would tell myself the meanest things. I'd be like, you're so ugly. You're so fat. Like nobody likes you. Like I used to be so mean to myself. And it wasn't until I started to read self-improvement books. The one book that really helped me out was The Mountain Is You. I also love just like The Power of Now. There's a lot of good books out there. Like You Are a Badass is also a really good book. But it wasn't until I started reading these books that made me realize that I was the problem. I was like, oh my gosh, Daisy, you literally are your biggest hater. You talk down on yourself all the time. Like, and it became such a habit that I would be doing anything, and then I would be like, you're so stupid. And then I would believe it, because whatever you speak becomes your reality. Your thoughts become your reality, right? So if I'm constantly being negative about myself, if I'm constantly putting myself down, I'm going to start to believe these things, and it's going to show. I'm obviously going to be insecure. I'm obviously going to show that because I'm constantly feeding this poison. And so when I realized that I was the one poisoning myself, I was like, okay, something has to change. And so the number one thing that I started to change was the way that I would talk about myself. I feel like a lot of us are like, if we like fuck up, we're like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb. Those little things is what you have to change. So anytime I would catch myself saying, I'm so stupid, I would immediately correct myself and say, I'm so smart, I'm so beautiful. Like just, I had to rewire my brain. And that was the first step that I had to take. And something that really, really helped me, and I read this in a book, is mirror work. Mirror work changed my life. And so for those that don't know what mirror work is, and I think I've talked about this a little bit before. Mirror work is you literally look at yourself in a mirror and you start off by saying 3 nice things about yourself. You know, I am beautiful. I love my personality. I love my hair. I love my teeth. Anything. It could literally be anything, right? That's just like a one small step. Anytime you pass by a mirror, say those things about yourself, or if you're taking a shower, just like whenever you can, just say 3 nice things about yourself. If you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, immediately correct yourself and say something positive. Those little things will start to rewire your brain. And the more consistent you are with it, the more you are going to believe it. And I would just do any single time that I had to like compliment myself, I would. I also do want to say there is a huge difference between being cocky and being confident. I have never met a mean, confident person, because a person who is confident has a lot of self-love. They love themselves and they love to spread that love. Okay. And it's more prominent for a cocky person to be mean and to be arrogant. You get me? Because to me, a cocky person doesn't love themselves. It's just kind of a surface level thing. And so there is a huge difference between being cocky and being confident. And I also do want to say another thing. Once you start to become more confident, you are going to make the people around you feel uncomfortable. And I don't want you to take that as a sign that you need to dim your light. Okay, I don't want you to do that, because if you dim your light for other people, you're never going to shine. And guess what, baby? We only have one life, and you better be the brightest star out there and never let anyone dim your light. So, mirror work, right? Mirror work goes hand in hand with affirmations. So you are technically, saying affirmations, right? I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am loved. I am nurturing. I am caring. I am giving. And the list goes on. Something else that really amplified my confidence was journaling. There is a huge difference between speaking these things into existence and also writing them down. It's just like an extra ounce of like, boom, like affirmation. Like not only do I hear it, but I write it, but I speak it and I feel it. And then you're going to start to feel the power within. And whenever you feel all these beautiful things inside of you, it's going to come out and it's going to show. So I started to get into journaling in 2020. And I started off by writing affirmations. And just like right now, how I was able to so easily roll these affirmations off my tongue, it's because I'm so trained to know these things. I know these things about myself. So grab a journal. It could be any journal, anywhere. You can even do it on your notes. Start off with just, I always start off my affirmations by saying, I am grateful and I am thankful. I feel like I always start off my journaling with that. So I always write like, I am grateful, I am thankful, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I love my life, I love myself. It could be anything, but just these small affirmations. And you can find affirmations on Pinterest, on TikTok, whatever affirmations resonate with you, you write those down. And on the days that I'm feeling really low about myself, then I write love affirmations. I am love. I love love and love loves me back. My family loves me. Just simple things like that will really help your confidence, because when you start to believe all these things, it just becomes part of your routine and nobody can tell you anything. So with affirmations comes self-love. I think practicing self-love is so important for anyone out there, especially if you're trying to become a little bit more confident. If you are pouring water into everyone's cup and yours is empty, how do you expect people to pour some into your cup if you don't care about yourself? You get me? You have to put yourself first and do things for you. Nobody on this earth is going to walk your shoes. So you need to take care of yourself, okay? And it could be so simple as of like, For example, like my number one self-love act that I love to do is I like to take baths and I like to buy myself flowers. I like to buy myself roses. I'll go to the grocery store. I'll get myself some flowers. I'll take out the petals. And as I am ripping out the petals of the roses, I will say affirmations at the same time. So not only, am I buying myself flowers, which I love, and I'm about to, nurture my body with this Epsom salt bath, but I'm also making this bath with intentions of love and care. So as I'm pulling out the petal, I'm saying, I love myself. I love my hair. I love my personality. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my supporters. I love like everything. I'm just throwing so much love and intention into this bath. And then I go into the bath and I get to just relax. And that is my form of self-love. And somebody might be listening to this and be like, Daisy, well, we all don't have baths. We all don't have money to, go out and buy ourselves flowers. Okay. There is no excuse to show yourself self-love. The next time that you take a shower, instead of rushing to get in and out of the shower, scrub your hair a little bit slower, pay more attention, like really take time to lather your body, massage your scalp, massage your skin, exfoliate, like just really take time to show your body and yourself a little bit more love. It could be so simple as that. And while you're taking a shower, you could be massaging yourself, say these affirmations. Or if it's just once a month, you go and you buy yourself flowers. It could be so simple. Or if you really enjoy walks, take yourself out on a walk. You don't always need somebody by your side to do these things. And if you're someone that's a little bit more shy, then do some things at home. If you love yoga, do yoga. Your body will thank you. There are so many different ways of showing yourself self-love. Reading a book, or if your favorite thing to do is watch a movie, girl, get yourself some snacks, watch a movie, have some little you time, put your phone on D&D. I really think people should start, showing themselves a little bit more self-love and just be more kind to yourself. Because at the end of the day, like I said, no one is going to be in your shoes. And if you are your worst enemy, you are just feeding yourself poison. And instead of you watering your garden, you are stepping on it. And you want your garden to flourish and bloom. And that will only happen if you are showing yourself kindness and grace and you're being nice to yourself. So all those things go hand in hand, right? Mirror work, affirmations, self-love. And just like we are showing ourselves and we are trying to work on our, internal selves, we also have to work on the external, on the outside environment. Because I say this, let's say you work on yourself and you're starting to love yourself and you're believing all these beautiful things about yourself, but then you're hanging around people that are super negative, that love to be toxic, that think being toxic, it's cute, right? You are not going to flourish. You're going to stay stuck because you become the people that you hang around with. And it really does suck because some people that I thought were going to be in my life forever are no longer in my life. And it simply was because not that I outgrew them, but we just no longer had things in common. I don't think bragging about arguing and fighting with someone is cute. Like, I don't want that energy around me. Like, what do you mean you enjoy to argue with someone because you're bored? Like, to me, I don't like that energy. I don't want that around me, And so I remember I was listening to this mentor, this spiritual mentor, and somebody had asked him, because I will say this, whenever you start to really become confident, really step into the best version of yourself, you're really elevating, you are no longer going to have anything in common with those people, right? But like I said, I had relationships with people that I had known for years or that I loved so much that I'm like, I don't want to stop being friends with them. But also, we're not really on the same frequency. So you kind of get stuck in that point where you're like, okay, so what do I do now? So I remember I was watching the mentor, and perfect timing because one of the students had asked the mentor, what do you do when the people around you are no longer vibrating in the same frequency as you, right? And so the mentor was like, you don't do anything. You don't do anything, because over time you guys will have nothing in common. You guys will just go your separate ways. And so I remember, I was like, okay, I'm just going to let things be. And then those people that I felt like were draining me out of my energy and just, being negative or being toxic, we just parted ways. Okay, so now, having said that, if you are, trying to work on yourself and you really feel like you're entering this best version of yourself and you're becoming more confident and secure with yourself, but you feel like your friends are putting you down, or your work environment is toxic, or, you are just not happy with your environment, you're going to have to get out of that environment. You're going to have to cut off those people, because that is only going to hinder your self-improvement and your confidence. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you, who are constantly pouring into your cup and you're pouring into theirs, because there has to be a balance in between that. And I promise you, if you surround yourself with people that have good energy, good intentions, are positive and just uplifting, it's only going to help you out and help them out. We're made up of energy. You get me? So if you feel like a person, place, thing is draining you, you have to move somewhere else where you feel like your energy is being reciprocated. So that is another thing that I really had to work on to help my self-confidence, because now all of my friends, all of my family, like everyone that's in my life right now, they fill my cup up so nicely. So I don't even know what's the word to describe it, because I can send them a picture and they'll hype me up and they'll make me feel like the most beautiful woman ever. And I just love it. I love being around people that, are so loving. Everybody needs a Daisy Marquez in their life, because if you have me in your life, I will become your best hype woman ever. Okay. I will take your pictures. I will take those 1,000 pictures of you. I will comment on your picture. I am just the best hype girl, and I have a lot of hype girls in my life. And that all just, everything that I just talked about really goes hand in hand with confidence. Confidence is not only a physical appearance, because you can be a super hot girl and be insecure. You get me? Confidence has to come within, and you have to feel it and you have to own it. And so yeah, that is how I was able to gain my confidence. And it's something that I still work on. I still work on daily. And I will say this also, remember that your body is your temple. I feel like something that obviously everybody knows that helps with confidence is if you work out. I'm no one to talk because I'm half plastic, but working out has helped me improve my confidence. And I feel like anyone that works out, you instantly just feel better, you look better. And again, remembering that your body is your temple, you have to take care of your temple. Again, your body is your garden. And if you are feeding it a bunch of bad food, you're going to feel bad on the inside, So there's a lot of things that play into confidence, but all in all, it's just a work in progress, And I hope that this really does help out somebody out there to really want to take the initiative to improve themselves and step into that best version of themselves, because confidence is something that no one can take away from you. If you have it, you just own it and you know who you are. You get me? And also, you can't really tear a confident person down, because at the end of the day, they know where they stand and they know who they are, and can't nobody tell them shit. And that is exactly what I was trying to say in that other solo episode. I'm like, people can throw so many sticks and stones at me and it's not going to tear me down, because I know who I am. I know where I stand, and period. But like I said, it took me a long time to be this version that I am today. And I always try to implement everything that I told you guys to my little sisters, to my little cousins. I feel like I naturally take the role of the big sister, the mom of the group. I think because I've never had a big sister. So I don't know. I think that kind of just comes naturally. All my big sisters out there that are listening, do you guys feel the same? Unintentionally, we take the mom role of the group. I don't know, but literally my friend Natasha, anytime I would catch her saying I'm so stupid. I'm like, don't say that. I would literally nick her and be like, don't say that. I'm like, you're not stupid. You're beautiful and you're smart. And yeah, consider me your big sis, because I am here to help you guys with anything, with your abdominal pain, with your self-confidence. If there's anything else out there that you guys would love a little bit more insight on, I would love to be here to help, to be that guiding hand. Now that we are about to end the episode, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support that I have gotten on my podcast. I know I took a very long break and now I'm back, but I am really enjoying this and I hope you guys are as well. I am going to pack after this, go to LA for those 24 hours. I'm about to have such a fun adventure in LA as well. And let me know who you guys want me to film with. I feel like I have a lot of friends, but who would you guys like to see on Daisy Diaries? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.